All right, welcome to the Commonwealth Sessions. Thanks so much for tuning in. We have three phenomenal songwriters for you. We have Tyler John Kraling. I don't know where he lives, but where?
Montana.
Montana, that's right, from the northern states, as it says in his
A few miles down the road.
So, but we'll just say everywhere, right? He's traveling everywhere, playing all over the country, and he was kind enough to stop by and share his music with us. And then we have a couple of Houston favorites for you, Krista Jean, and then Brian Kalanick. So it's going to be a great show. Sit back, relax, maybe put in some earbuds to improve the sound quality. And as always, special thanks to Blake Rizzo for his technical wizardry.
Yeah, let's hear it for me.
Let's hear it for you, that's right. Yeah. And let's hear it for me because I provided a roof. And so couldn't do that without me because roofs are helpful. And
The electricity?
we had the electricity too. Yeah, we could, yeah. Yes, a dwelling. So at any rate, without further ado, Mr. Tyler John Kraling.
All right. Well, I'm happy to be here. I guess first tune I'm going to end up singing you is a little apology letter I wrote to some of our heroes. That would be the Woody Guthries of the world, the John Pryans, Bob Dylan's. It's called "I'm Sorry, Woody," and it's a heartfelt apology. I mean it. Seems like overnight now since I gone to bed. Well, my rent has risen up $100.10. So I'll pack up my bags and make for fertile land, and there's where I'll have my final stand. But now I'm here and it don't seem nothing's changed. Well, the rent is rising fast and it seems that I'm to blame. They're placing fault on me and all my vagrant friends. It seems not dying where you're born is quite the sin. Well, I'm sorry, Woody, I just don't know what you mean. I've been all across this land and it don't seem made for me. Well, I'm sorry, Woody, would you sing that one again? You know a man can hardly breathe the air or afford a decent bed. So I get started on the road that leads to Mexico. Now surely there's some folks down there that I would like to know. They tell me if I leave that I never can come back. You know they're building up a wall and it's for fear of some attack. So I get it in my head I'll make for Canada a while. But they won't let me in on account of DWI. This world is taking form and to me it seems real odd how a man must get enlisted just to find himself abroad. Well, I'm sorry, Dylan, maybe times they did a change, but the people with the say just put them right back out of place. And I'm sorry, Dylan, you know I listen to your songs, but them boots of Spanish leather can't get through the border wall. decided what I need was just some good old-fashioned socialization. When I tell you what I saw outside, I ain't exaggerating. Everybody's looking down into their dim-lit hands, and when they speak, it's all in terms that I can't understand. But I was never one to fall back too far on the times. Well, I went down to the store, now folks, and I did get in line. Now I got me a phone, and it does everything I need. I bought sushi, paid my bills, and checked my heart rate while I peed. And I'm sorry, Mr. Prime, you know it seems I failed you too. Now I'm off and running with that caravan of fools. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Prime, I did blow up my TV, but now I got one in my pocket, goes everywhere with me. Well, I'm sorry, Woody, I just don't know what you mean. I've been all across this land, and it wasn't made for me. Hey, thank you in the room over here. This whole technology conversation we've been having.
Never mind. Go ahead.
Say what? Got me thinking about these in-ear monitors, you know. I'm always scared of these things. Some necessary things in this world and of advancements that we got to get used to. I'm sure there was a 5-string guitar, and then someone was like, well, here's a 6-string one, and everyone lost their minds. Here's a song called Don't Do As I Say. You said don't do as I say, do as I do. Well, I've grown damn fond of those hateful words you spew, and I'm immortalized in your mind's photo booth. And I pray I ain't remembered for yesterday. Well, I've grown good at sleeping in, held back by traits some might call depression. Oh, but longing to belong is nothing I would call a sin. We're all just looking for a place. I'm not as dangerous as they call me in the court of opinions of people who are likely to distort exactly what happens when a man begins to slip. Well, I'll call you to the stand. Don't let those lies stain your lips. And I'll try to follow my own tips. Yes, I get violent, this is true. Violently ill at the thought of losing you. So make me the enemy of love and all its troops. We all make heavy-handed mistakes. I'll make an offer to the times. I'll spend my life understanding or trying. In return, you can try to comprehend my rhymes. Just to my friends, these are the stakes. I'm not as mindless as they call me in the court of opinions of people who are likely to contort exactly what happens when a man begins to slip. Well, I'll call you to the stand. Don't let those lies stain your lips. And I'll try to follow my own tips. I'm not as mindless as they call me in the court of opinions of people who are likely to contort to the exact shapes of shadows that walk along the street. Don't wait for the sun to go down, for you kick shadows from your feet. Don't let it get dark, for you kick shadows from your feet. Yes, I get violent, this is true. Violently ill at the thought of losing you. Alrighty. Switch guitars real quick, change gears, stuff this thing in the pocket. Alright, I'll sing you one of my new tunes. I wrote this song in a park just outside of San Marcos, Texas. Wondering what the hell I was doing here, just like everybody else, instead of back home with loved ones and such. It's called Fine Wine Through a Straw. Some folks are double yellow, boy, you shouldn't cross them. Other folks are blinking red, they're begging you to stop. Her eyes are green and gold, it was you who chose to go. Till you call someplace your home, there's just some kind of love you'll never know. The graveyard is a sad and awful dark place for a child. The rest of us is just where we reunite with things you hide and things you leave behind. Some dreams don't have time for those who stall. You be careful what you wish for when you finally get it all. You wish you hadn't answered every time your name been called. You'll cry for justice in your mind. When was justice ever kind to folks like y'all? And you will beg for extra time once you drank yours up like fine wine through a straw. Desert dries your throat, but it keeps your eyes so keen. It won't be long before you've doubled size from all you've seen, but you're gone to barren land to find out how to stand upright alone. And if you stand too long out there, there'll be no one left for to carry you grown. Your journey home will happen one way or another. And if you run or crawl, depends on how much you did suffer at the hand of your own plans. Ambition leads men aimlessly to roam. To the core of what you're wanting is just things you had before. And you know where they are, but pride won't let you through that door. And you'll say, once those things were mine, and was that ever a line that you could draw? And you will beg for extra time, 'cause you drank yours up like fine wine through a straw. You beg for extra time once you wasted yours like fine wine through a straw.
make sure to unplug your headphones and leave the cable on that stand on the left.
That's Santa Cruz, so it's so good.
All right. We got Mr. Brian Kalanick coming up next, and I met him at a song circle. I guess it was like 3 weeks ago, and just his songs really pulled me in and kind of take you on these twists and turns, and they're really clever, and I just thought like one of the smartest songwriters I've sort of come across. So I'm really privileged to have him here at my house, and I think y'all are going to enjoy him. So, Mr. Brian Kalanick.
Thank you, Joe. The privilege is all mine. Thank you. Okay, where does this plug in here?
Right here. Okay. And you want to just stick that in your pocket somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it is exciting to be here. Joe, thank you and Blake, thank you both for doing this. This is great. This is what songwriters do for each other. They help each other out. We're really a community. We're not in competition with each other. We're really pulling together to help bring the best out in each of us. So I appreciate what you're doing. Please know that. This is a song off of my latest album. It's called Fix It, Man. The pliers fall out of his hand, clatter on the kitchen floor. The curse of any fix-it man. Now this is happening much more. The doctor says you're getting older, and you should finally retire. Though autumn mornings seem much colder, it's too soon to build a fire. He never contemplates what might have been. He's found good purpose in his life. No one hears him speak a bitter word, and he brings flowers to his wife. Carries fewer tools to work these days. He leaves the heavy ones at home. The smaller jobs bring a bit less pay. He still prefers to work alone. He's always had a garden in the back. He usually gives some corn away. Plenty's still his favorite word when relatives have come to stay. He never contemplates what might have been. He's found good purpose in his life. No one hears him speak a bitter word, and he brings flowers to his wife. He built a lot from very little, resourceful with a sense of pride. It's fair to say he's lost some interest since the day he lost his bride. She was the focus of his focus. She always had his thing. Without her there, it's not the same.
He never contemplates what might have been. He's found good purpose in his life. No one hears him speak a bitter word, and he brings flowers to his wife. He never contemplates what might have been. He's found good purpose in his life. No one hears him speak a bitter word, and he still brings flowers to his wife.
Thank you. There really are some good words there.
I was imagining really good.
Yeah. Anyway, well, I remember as a kid washing the dishes with my older brother. That was probably he was about 7 years older than me, so, you know, he told me stuff like when I slept, my head grew 2 sizes or something like that. You know, he'd tell you the stuff that big brothers do. Anyway, but we used to wash dishes, and he had this little transistor radio that had just come out. That's how old I am. They'd just come out, and he would put it on. He would put it by the sink, and we would listen to tunes. And so this kind of brings me back to those days. This was a song prompt from the Southwest Regional Folk Alliance. It was called "You'd Never Expect It," and I changed it to "I'd Never Expect It." So that's the name of the song. So I brought some of my Beaumont swamp roots here with me. Up in the sky there must be a blue moon shining. It gleams on the windows of the cars along the street. Lights up the sidewalks, the live oaks are lining, where mysterious footsteps leave a trail of deceit. Yesterday's news is today's complication. A fool with an answer is just a wiser fool. How do I deal with this new information? Should I be angry? Should I be cool? Well, I never expected from you. Was this just a slip or simply nothing new? Didn't expect to that other taste I never expected from you. I believe trust is a bit underrated, and I thought you held that same point of view. Sorry, man. You turn that screw. Well, I'd never expected from you. Was this just a slip or simply nothing new? I wasn't prepared for you to drop that other shoe. Well, I never expected from you. Well, I don't wear my heart on any sleeve, but it's so hard to accept what I still can't believe. Expected from you.
Was this just a slip or simply nothing new? I wasn't prepared for you to drop that other shoe. Well, I'd never expected, no, I'd never expected, well, I'd never expected from you.
Thank you. This is a song that I wrote with Connie Mims, and she's an incredible writer, singer, has been in this business for a lot of years. I was excited to have the opportunity to write this with her. A song called Paint.
These four walls have seen better days. It's time they wore a different color. I taped the trim, put a drop cloth down, poured the paint into the pan and wet the roller. I took down those pictures of you, last bit of space you took up in this room. I'm gonna try to cover up your memory with a little paint. I'm gonna paint these walls in a pearly white, or maybe yellow as sun, like some kind of healing light. I need a change of view, so I'm gonna paint them bright. I'm tired of living with this lonely shade of blue. A little paint might get me over you. I could patch these holes the pictures left behind. Another coat might make it warmer. But can I fill this space you left here in my heart? I don't want to paint myself into a corner. I'm gonna paint these walls in a pearly white, or maybe yellow as sun, like some kind of healing light. I need a change of view, so I'm gonna paint them bright. I'm tired of living with this lonely shade of blue. A little paint might get me over you. I choose a brand new color, I choose a brand new brush. I thought I'd miss you more, but I don't miss you much. I'm gonna paint these walls in a pearly white, or maybe yellow as sun, like some kind of healing light. I need a change of view, so I'm gonna paint them bright. I'm tired of living with this rolling paint of blue. A little paint might get me over you. A A little paint might get me over you.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. Make sure to unplug your headphones there.
Oh, here it is.
All right. Now we have the incomparable, the effervescent, I don't know, I'm just saying shit, Krista Jean. And, you know, when I first saw this woman play, it was like, you know, I think she's the best singer in Houston. And, you know, that's very, it's subjective, but I mean, like, top 10 objectively true, maybe 5. We could say that safely. But then as I started to listen to her more, it was like she can also write shit, you know. So great songs, great lyrics, great melodies, and then on top of that, you know, a voice that you can't get out of your head. And she also happens to be my roommate and getting to be my best friend, and I love her so much. So anyway, this is, I'm trying to ruin her emotionally so she can't perform as she gets up here. So she's. And so without further ado, Krista G.
Thank you. Hello there, y'all. I'm excited to be playing here today. Of course, it's at the house that I currently live, so that's even better. I didn't have to go anywhere to play a show this night. But for this first one, I'm gonna do a semi-older one. This one's called Wishful Thinking. Late at night I'm calling out to you. In my head I'm dreaming, I don't know what to do. I've been grasping at words to explain the way I feel about and I just hope that you might love me too. 'Cause I've been running scenes through my mind. In the end I'm wasting time waiting for you. How could I ever believe we were meant to be when all your lies turned out to be true? And you cast me in your place as the fool. Oh, but oh, how it's wishful thinking about oh, me and you. Ooh. pride and it's got me nowhere. And I just wanna feel the way your fingers run through my hair. Oh, but I waited far too long. I missed my cue. But oh, how it's wishful thinking about me and you. Oh, but I waited far too long and I missed my cue. But oh, how it's wishful thinking about me and you. Thank you. Thank you. So that one I wrote originally kind of like within the first 2 years of moving to like Conroe area, which is where I lived beforehand from Houston. And you know, it's the silliest things that make songs. So it's one of my favorite new ones. But either way, this next one is called, I think I'm going to do Athena today. I'm very called to it. And it's this idea of wanting the best for someone, but needing space in order to kind of love yourself and take some time for yourself, but also give them some time as well. So I hope you enjoy. Look at the mess you made, Athena, you've gone too far again. Lost your temper, burning the candle at both ends. And you're sitting in your sandcastle with the tide rolling in your mind. All alone, you built a home with nothing left inside, and I wish you well. Even when you're not around, oh, you're still in my heart. Even when you're breaking me down, and I know it's been hard. You played your hand. I don't want you to fall. Wish you'd understand. Take my cue, director, I'll exit with grace. Before you learn with time who you cannot replace, and you can find yourself somebody new soon as you've thrown out the old. But no new face will ever make you whole, and I wish you well. Even when you're not around, oh, you're still in my heart. Even when you're breaking me down, and I know it's been hard. You played your hand. I don't want you to fall. I wish you'd understand. You're still in my heart with the love that I found. And I know it's been hard. You played your hand. I don't want you to fall. Wish you'd understand. Thank you very much. All right, this last one. I really am kind of tossed in between the two that I should do. There's one side of me that really wants to do More Than a Flame, but then there's also another side of me that wants to share a song. It's a little bit older than the first one that I played. It's called Runaway, but I just don't know if it's going to be the beautifulest, memorable, not memorable, excuse me, I'm going to remember all the lyrics. But I'm going to try, and you know, we can always try again, right? So this one's Runaway. Joe really likes it. And it's a kind of like this piece to, it's a memorial piece in a way, but it's also a way for me to like kind of cope through a really, really interesting and tumultuous time in my life, especially when I lived in Abilene prior to moving here. So hope you enjoy. I've been waiting around for you, still hoping that you come through, but you went to Austin, but all the way without caution. Filled with blind hope, I held my heart close, didn't even fall to you, the one I chose, but you hid yourself from everyone. And thanks before they were done. And you're running away. And I was meant to stay. We were children playing in a game of love, just trying to figure out what we are, and you went away. Ooh, we know it happens someday. 'Cause you went out to see new city lights, feeling so bitter I ignored your honest spine. And you hid yourself from everyone, and then thanks before they were done. And you're running away. And I was meant to stay. Lost to feel your presence in my life. Your heart, your soul, still on my mind, and you're not a loss to me. Baby, can't you see? You can make your own way out, and I'll be waiting for you in the south. Don't stay away too long now. We can go another round. And you're running another round. What's going on?
Indeed, we start round 2 right now.
Beep, beep, beep,
We can
beep.
do a whole other round because it's like each person did 3 and it's been an hour. So
Ba-da-da-da-da.
that's perfect. Keep it going.
Hell yeah. I don't want just blank screen to
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
subscribe to this YouTube channel.
Like and subscribe.
Also, if you like what you hear, you can also find us on Instagram, Facebook. Yes, Facebook. My app is Krista G Music. That's KRISTAGENE Music. And where can we find you on Facebook?
Brian Kalanick, B-R-I-A-N.
Brian Kalanick.
K-A-L-I-N-E-C. If you can spell it, you can find me.
If you can spell it, you can find them. And then I don't know what your Instagram is if you have one at all, but you can tell them as soon as we swap places.
Don't get him confused with all the other Brian Calvin. Don't get him confused with all the other Brian Calvin.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
There are some. Are there? Yeah, there's a relative. Oh, wow.
I suppose tuning in front of folks is better than blank screen. Although there's nothing audience members seem to hate more than
Dead air.
a prolonged tune.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's where talking in between songs came from. Everyone was trying to justify sounding good. I'll go ahead and attempt to do that. Although, you know what? Could I ask one of you to grab the capo off that beautiful?
There's another one on. I put 2.
Oh, gorgeous.
If you're a shub band.
Shub man, indeed. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little tuning. I'll tell you a little bit about the song. You know what? I think my mom explained this next song best. I showed it to her just recently. It's a song I wrote, say, 6 months ago. 6 months, a year ago, in between that time period. I played it for her and she said, well, if someone doesn't listen to the end, they're gonna think you're a real asshole. I like to say that while I'm playing the song to encourage listening to the end. I still think you might think I might be an asshole, but this song is all about blame, fault, and where we put it, I suppose. It's called Blaming Game. I blame sugar, I blame corn, blame ever being born. For when I look in the mirror, what I see, I blame mom and I blame dad for losing almost all we had. But that stuff, it never meant that much to me. I blame Dylan, I blame Oaks, I blame all them outlaw folks for setting the bar just way too high. I blame Jesus, JFK, and all the martyrs of their day, 'cause now it's not enough to just plain die. I blame alcohol and weed, I blame downers, shrooms, and speed for stealing every last inch of my mind. I blame friends, good and bad, and every drug dealer I've had for wasting all of my most precious time. I blame my ex, and I blame sex and overdue STD checks as the reason that I just can't find a wife. I blame Yahweh, Allah, God, and every pious fraud for keeping me away from eternal life. Well, I blame Biden, I blame Trump, I blame almost every chump who's ever held an office in these states. I blame the news, and I blame blue, and I blame red and purple too. Blamed anyone who ever had a say. Well, I blamed you, everyone else. I never turn blame on myself. You know, it seems high time the blame should fall on me. Oh, but taking some responsibility, it's proven far too hard for me. I guess I'll just go play that blaming game. I blame city lights and cars for obscuring views of stars, hilarious these days, oh, she looks so dim. I blame my arresting officer for forcing me to call him sir. Guess asshole wasn't good enough for him. I blame nicotine, cigarettes, $20 coin flip bets. I swear without them I'd be flush with cash. I blame my intrusive therapist for seeing I've got arms to twist. I'd not have told her had she just not asked. Well, I blame Sour, I blame Sam for never forging us that band that could have sang in perfect harmony. I blame the rich and the poor, anyone who wanted more. I blurred the lines between necessity and greed. Well, I blamed you, everyone else. I never turned blame on myself. You know, it seems high time the blame should fall on me. Also, folks, now here it is, quick confession of my sins, but don't expect repentance regularly. Cause I could have gone out for a run, and I could have fixed myself some food. I could have got a job and earned some of my own money too. I could have run for office, wrote more songs, or gave my life for martyrdom. There must have been a cause that I found just. I could have studied better and learned to write and not hung out in bars all night. I could have learned to dance or learned to trust. I could have prayed a little and drank less, put more time in all around, I guess, but it seems I just gave in to all my lust. Well, I could have moved out to the hills or not got in behind the wheel, and I could have learned to speak with some respect. Like, yes, please, thank you, officer, I'd love to spend my night behind bars. And I could have seen a deal and not had to take it, made a bond and not had to break it, or at least I could have saved part of my checks. But I just didn't, Dawn, I probably won't. I'm a goner, friends, but for you there's hope. I'll tell you how not to wind up the same. Well, if your tire's flat or your girlfriend hates you, there ain't a job in this world that'll take you. Just don't go and play that blaming game. Please don't go and play that blaming game. 'Cause if you do, you'll wind up like me, just the same. Hey, thank you. All right, I'll slow it down a little bit. I'll sing you another song I've written since I've been here in Texas. I sleep in my minivan, you know. I'm not ashamed to say that in front of a camera or to anybody. I guess the only people who sometimes take that the wrong way is the cops that wake me up in the car when I'm sleeping in the spot might not be super kosher, as they say. And, you know, I had to start channeling my energy when they would wake me up, because usually that's a frustrated energy. And I didn't pour into music. I decided I'm not gonna take it out on cops. I've seen how that goes for me, and everybody else. I decided I was gonna start channeling it all towards Buc-ee's. You know? That seems to represent Texas. So one night I was driving past Buc-ee's, one of those cheesy Buc-ee's billboards, after getting woken up by a cop. And I parked by a spot, and there come a bunch of coyotes. I started writing this song. It's called Absent and Bereaved. World grown cold, and I've grown thick, skin to deal with it all. That don't make me impervious to all them knives you throw, names I've been called. So if you must go, well, okay, fine. just sneak out in the middle of the night. I can't stand no words of closure this time. Gaining ground, or so I thought. I took my pension to my boots to keep myself from slowing down or getting caught on these devilish routes. I hear her voice calling plain to me at night, and it says everything gonna be just fine. But these days the only voice I seem to trust is mine. Well, I saw the light, boys, and it swore it's gonna shine down on me. Until that day now, I will be absent and bereaved. Where I've been and where I are, they both look the same to me. That's why I never looked for guidance in the stars. I always dug for it way on down beneath. I know something I'm gonna have to admit in time. There's things in this world that I'll just never find, like old salvation, and where I'll finally draw that line. The coyote comes at night now, and he wrestles me back into my dreams. Till I wake, boys, I will be absent and bereaved. I saw the light, boys, and it swore it's gonna shine down on me. Till that day now, I will be absent, I will be absent, I will be absent and bereaved. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna take a stab at a talking blues song. Everybody always had a talking blues song. So many of my favorite artists, and I always felt like I was going without, like I didn't have my six-shooter on me or something because of my repertoire, my rapport was missing it. I was by the Bozeman train tracks in Montana, that is. That was one of my spots to get away from roommates and such and start writing. And it was my last day in Montana when I wrote this tune. It's called Talkin' Central Bookin' Blues. Well, there's a place I go where I can't stay long. I can't keep myself from doing wrong. It's a little small, out-of-the-way town. It's a place called New York City. Big Apple. Say 40 hours east of Seattle. Well, that's the place I was born and raised, and my, oh my, how that place does change. You can hardly recognize the face of the old Statue of Liberty. Man, that girl, she still is pretty. It was May of spring of 22, I was lonesome, Lord, I was passing through. I was on my way for to see a flame I'd left behind in Vermont. I was gonna find out what she wants. Well, I never did find out what that old girl was on about. I guess I never will. And I was with some old pals of mine. We was drinking harder stuff than wine, as we've been known to do now from time to time, but this time was a little different. Man, that liquor, it really hit me, so to speak. I was stumbling along on that concrete. I never will forget what I did see. A big open semi full of groceries. We might as well have had a sign that said free. You had your Brussels sprouts, you had your broccoli, and you had your meats of the deli variety. But the thing that really did call out to me was this big old bag of cheese. Well, I dove right in for that bag to tear. I was tossing around, there was some to spare, and I must have got some in my ears, cause I couldn't hear them old approaching police sirens. And everyone else, they began to run. Not me, I was having just too much fun. It must have been about 1:45 when they slapped them handcuffs on me. Didn't really dampen my spirits none. As I recall, I began to hum an old familiar tune done by everyone, and it goes a little something like this. Most of the time I spend behind these county bars, 'cause I drinks a bit. Well, that's Mr. Bojangles, it's a damn fine song written by Jared Jeff Walker. Somebody needed Simone. I must have had my picture timed wrong, 'cause the cops, they didn't like it none. They didn't hesitate to tell me. So I sat in that cell smoking cigarettes while the cops, they decided they knew what's best. No, they wasn't gonna let me slip. They're gonna take me downtown to Central Booking. They really say that. They tell you they're gonna take you downtown. Central Booking's kind of place make you wish you were holding. As you can imagine, it is rather sober. You got everything from your petty thieves to your criminals of the third degree. I know where that left me and my cheese. And they held me up for 2 days and nights while they found someone to defend my rights, and I quite enjoyed it all despite the toilet in the middle of the room. Didn't really help with all the doom and gloom. And it was on that second day where one of my fellow inmates, he decided we was all gonna play a game and gonna tell each other what we done to wind up in this predicament. I heard tales of drugs and innocent pleas and fights that broke out in the street, but God couldn't help me when it came to me. How could I tell them what I did? I was gonna sound like a little kid. So I thought of all kinds of things to say that would make me seem all tough and brave, but they wasn't gonna help me much anyway. I decided to come clean. I said I stole some cheese. They said, you stole some cheese? Man, I would've bought you some fucking cheese. What you doing in here with me? And after that, it was half a day before they let me out. I was on my way, but I must admit that something's changed. I still can't look at cheese the same way.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We're gonna continue this thing.
It's almost as good as my stealing cheese song.
You got a cheese song too?
Nope.
You wish.
I do wish. Man, so
Inspired.
Great stuff.
Listeners, please welcome Brian Kalanick right back to the front and center here. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe. We got the right here. Yeah.
Oh, is that it? Okay, sorry.
Don't want to happen to Brian, okay?
What?
That's me.
Put the catcher in your pocket.
Yeah. Oh.
No, because I heard it on there. I like it did it like.
Well, that was dynamic, that's for sure. Welcome to Texas. How long have you been here?
For on and off for 3 months.
Oh, good. Well, we're so glad to have you.
Thank you for saying it. Sometimes it doesn't feel that way.
It was a song from my first album. She's back in the paleo scene. 2008 or 7, I don't know. I don't know why the walls fell down. Maybe they were built too high. And I don't know why the leaves turn brown. But even evergreens eventually die. There's a constant motion in this world. The changes blind our eyes. The rocks erode to make the soil. We till until our well runs dry. I don't know why the forest burns, but the trees regrow to reach the sky. And I don't know why the river floods, but rich the earth it leaves behind. There's a constant motion in this world. The changes blind our eyes. Rocks erode to make the soil. We till until our well runs dry. I don't know much, but I love your touch. It's the one thing I crave that's constant enough. I don't know why the rain falls down, but to quench the earth that's parched and dry. And I don't know why the river floods, but rich the earth it leaves behind. There's a constant motion in this world. The changes blind our eyes. Rocks erode to make the soil. We till until our well runs dry. We till until our well runs dry. Thank you. Thank you so much. Once again, Joe, thank you so much for inviting me to do this.
Couldn't do it without Mr. Rizzo either.
Well, Mr. Rizzo, thank you. You're doing a wonderful job.
We're happy to have you.
Well, thank you.
Amazing, Blake. It's insane.
It does.
So good.
Thank you, thank you.
As I'm learning to use earbuds, I'm breaking new ground. You can occasionally teach an old dog new tricks, apparently. So, anyway, it's great. It's great to be here. Well, this song is about the. I'm having a little issue here.
The connector maybe? Or?
I was working with it there. See if it's a bud. Kind of cutting in and out a little bit, but that's okay. about the unpredictability of life. Emma'd share her dreams with the drunk who lived below her. Bill would listen, but he never understood. 'Cause he's still sipping from his morning coffee cup of Gordon's, while she hopes that her life would do some good. When I think about it, I live somewhere in between there, just counting time and dollars that I spend. Two sides of a coin, one road leading somewhere, another heading quickly to an end. His silver-platered boyhood and a full ride through the ivy can't always overcome a shot of gin. 'Cause too late he discovers the doctors need good lawyers when a patient meets an unexpected end. Well, she was born to little except the gift of vision, of knowing everything she could become. 23 and anxious, a young maiden on a mission, with little time to crawl before she runs. Oh, when I think about it, I live somewhere in between there, just counting time and dollars that I spend. Two sides of a coin, one road leading somewhere, another heading quickly to an end. Somehow she convinced him that he needed to dry out. It was a debt that he could not repay. Emma found a job in a tall tower in Manhattan right before one dark September day. Oh, when I think about it, I live somewhere in between there, just counting time and dollars that I spend. Two sides of a coin, one road leading somewhere, another heading quickly to an end. Oh, when I think about it, I live somewhere in between there, just counting time and dollars that I spend. Two sides of a coin, one road leading somewhere, another heading quickly to an end. Thank you. One of my ears is getting the hang of these earbuds. The other one, not so much. Okay, we'll try that. I think I got it in there now. Okay. Well, here's a song that's completely autobiographical. And it's about as true as it gets. And this is a song that it started out, I had the verses for several years, actually. And I ended up doing some more work on the verses, but I didn't think much about it. And then I started working on another song. You know, we were talking about that earlier. I started working on another song, and I got this really cool chorus, and I said, oh, wait a minute. That's part of that song. That's the rest of that song. So it's the title song of my most recent album, and it's called The Beauty of It All. And it's, as I said, this is as autobiographical as it gets. Thank you for having me. I'm not 25, and I'm not trying to be. It's just a photo from my past that you once took of me. Hair down to my shoulders, a somewhat thinner face, a painting in the background. It's fairly hard to place. Well, I still like to read a newspaper when it's thrown that a younger man considers hieroglyphics on a stone. Well, your mind grows pretty sterile if you refuse to think. And I'm not looking down some barrel, and I'm not gonna blink. 'Cause I don't wanna miss one second I've been given. Oh, I don't wanna miss a single drop of rain that falls. I wanna feel the sunlight's kiss as I raft upon the river. Oh, I don't wanna miss the beauty of it all. I have come to realize that I won't save the world. I am just a lucky man who brushed his daughter's curls. And I have found a true love this world has let me know. You saved me on some dark nights when the moon refused to show. Well, I don't wanna miss one second I've been given. Oh, I don't wanna miss a single drop of rain that falls. I wanna feel the sunlight's kiss as I raft upon the river. Beauty of it all. No, I don't want to miss the beauty of it all. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Brian Kalanick, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to bring Krista Jean up here as our final performer for the evening. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
What happened? Oh, I haven't been using it. I'm sorry. You're good. It's my house, my rules, bitch. No, you're fine. You could have done anything you wanted. No, but it was really like what's really cool is hearing everybody else in it. It just like brings you into a whole different world, and I understand why they like have them in there because you can kind of become part of your own world in a way. But sometimes I feel a little like I feel like I get kind of too lost and maybe a little bit too disconnected at times. So it just depends. But
So are you gonna play part of your world in the first song?
I wanna be where the people are. No, I don't.
Hey, you gotta be careful with that. We're gonna get sued. If
I literally just want to lay in my room and do fucking nothing. Well, actually, this is a great segue because basically what this next song I'm playing is called The Call. And it's this call or wake-up call to myself to get up out of bed and start doing the things that you dream of rather than just thinking about them and continuing to dream them instead of doing them and making progress and steps towards that. So it's kind of like this, like, you need to get your act together. So here's my little The Call. Alone, I fall asleep in a haze of a dim-lit room, blinded by my own existence, hiding from my truth, waging war inside my mind with the outcome I've been unsure. Since every morning's been the same, I've always hoped for more. Well, I hear a calling deep in the night with a velvet voice as smooth as sin, waking me up just to play me again. Oh, calling deep in the night, and there's no escaping this kind of life. No use trying to change my mind. Calling, 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 calling. Well, an action has served me well. They think I'm doing fine. But the more I linger in self-sedation, more future I resign. Awakened foolish girl, has your passion gone? Sleeping all the day away when you know you ain't got that long. Well, I hear a calling deep in the night with a velvet voice as smooth as sin, waking me up just to play me again. Oh, calling deep in the night, and there's no escaping this kind of life. No use trying to change my mind. Calling, 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 calling. Rise alone, I find myself hopeful of my form, sowing seeds for distant days, my bed still warm. Indulging in my self-devotion, I've learned to ease my mind, blooming in the light of day, all in my own time. Well, I hear a calling deep in the night with a velvet voice as smooth as sin, waking me up just to play me again. Oh, calling deep in the night, and there's no escaping this kind of life. No use trying to change my mind. Calling, 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 calling. The viewers like that. It's a very high peak that just happened right there. So, not sorry. Okay, so that's called The Call. And then this next one, just want to make sure it's tuned for your listening pleasure. Joseph Crone. I was waiting for it. I was like, he's gonna say it. He can't help. What were you gonna say, Joe?
Somebody's gonna hold the line.
Hold the line.
I'll be an open mic.
Love isn't always home. Oh, sorry, Joe. Like, no more copywritten material for you.
We don't have a lawyer yet, so
No. I think Joe might have a good one. We'll see. This this song is one of my oldest songs that I've ever wrote. It's called oh my gosh, if I can even remember.
that's an interesting name.
I know, right? Can't even remember. It's so old I can't even remember the title. It's called Dance in the Rain, and it was a song that I co-wrote with a friend when I did a song series where I would, it was called 1 Minute Mondays, and I'd have a friend over and we'd maybe stay, like we'd hang out for like maybe 2-3 hours and we'd write a 1 minute song together. And so this is like part of one of the songs that we wrote together, which I think was really cool. It was this idea, like it was raining outside and I was like, man, this really sucks. We had this whole idea of going outside and like writing music outside in the beautiful nature, and it's just raining outside. So we just thought of a different way to kind of think about it, turn the rain into something positive. And the rain starts to pour, let it wash away the memories of yesterday. We could give it up, say past the closing time, feel the warmth of our skin, and we can pass around the wine so we can dance in the rain and forget about yesterday. Sing my praise, for we know we only have today. Gotta let yourself fly, and when it's time to sing, ooh, start a new beginning. Open up the windows with the sun shining down, and let the breeze hit ya, and we can pass another round so we can dance in the rain, forget about yesterday, and sing my praise, for we know we only have today. So I'll dance in the rain and forget about yesterday, and sing my praise, for we know we only have today. Thank you. My mouth that's bothering me so much right now. Okay, last song of the day. Are you annoyed by it, Joseph Crumb? For those those who are watching who did not hear, Joe goes, she sings all the time.
This is Chris Gene.
It does happen sometimes like that, I will. It's because I need to vocalize at the same time. It's just like it helps me throughout the day.
Why she's so damn good?
Something like that. Practice makes better? I don't know. What's that other P word that people use? It's not perfect. That's good enough for me. I love that. Pretty good. Practice makes pretty good. I'm here for it, man. I need to practice some more then. This last one's called More Than a Flame. And it's this idea of wanting to be bigger in someone else's eyes. You've got these these feelings of maybe like limerence or maybe a crush, and you're like, oh, I wish you could just look at me and see me, and oh my gosh, I want to do these really cool things with you in life. So I hope you enjoy. Well, I find it hard to let go of all the things that I can't control. And I know it gets me nowhere. With every thought I've been splitting hairs, 'cause you give me hope that I could have never given myself, when all I ever wanted was to be somebody else. And for me, love takes time. Oh, I wanna call you mine. And for me, it ain't some silly game. Oh, I wanna be more than a flame. Ooh. 'Cause I wanna be the light in your sky, the only thing that ever burns bright in your mind. Warm yourself with me. Together we'll brave the cold, you'll see. You give me hope that I could have never given myself, when all I ever wanted was to be somebody else. And for me, love takes time. Oh, I wanna call you mine. And for me, it ain't some silly game. Oh, I wanna be more than a flame. I'll tell my mind to sit this one out. For this to work, my heart can't have any doubts. When I've been waiting for so long, thought everything I touch would go wrong. But you give me hope that I could have never given myself, when all I ever wanted was to be somebody else. And for me, love takes time. Oh, I wanna call you mine. And for me, it ain't some silly game. Oh, I wanna be more than a flame. Thank you so much. This has been fun. It's time for you to host me out.
She sings all the time. Can't stop it. Can't stop it. Why would you want to? Well, it's been so much fun. We want to thank y'all for tuning in. I want to give a lot of thanks to Chris Jean, of course. Chris Jean, yeah. Brian Kalanick, you know, love it. And Tyler John Crayley. I think we are going to make him live in Texas, maybe at gunpoint.
Yeah. I've got some friends to introduce you for sure that you would vibe with really well.
Houston, more specifically.
That's how things are done.
We want to thank, and we had a good friend, Hadi Vergara, hang out with us, and she's really cool. And it's really fun to talk about music with her, and we really couldn't do this without Mr. Blake Rizzo. And so give it to Blake because a fantastic songwriter in his own right. And so we want to thank y'all for tuning in. We hope that you're going to be with us in March. I'm still figuring out the date, and I've got a rough idea who's going to play, but, you know, rest assured it's going to be good. And this was so much fun. Thank you, everyone, for coming, and we're going to go ahead and sign out, and we will check y'all later. Adios.
That's all, folks.
Thank you.